I'm going to tie you the stripper. I'm using it, Quiet Freak Show over there, watch Scooby-Doo. I'm using the size 2 3X long Mustad 9672 meat hook. And I'm spinning about 6 turns of lead on here. You can use solder, whatever's cheaper. I pre-selected about 4 or 5 fibers of this red crystal flash. Go ahead and lay it in there, lash it down real good, bring it back. Got the barb, and then take this thing and cut this about, I don't like it too big, just about maybe a ½ inch past the hook, okay? No more than that. You don't want it flopping way out here. Next thing we're going to do is take some of this fine wire, use your Copper John stuff or whatever, and get off a pretty big piece because I like to wrap the head of this. So I get a piece about 12 inches long. Go ahead and lay that in right off to the side, lash that in real good, make sure you catch it. Okay, then I'm going to use, put that in your little stringy dinghy there you got. Wrap behind the lead again, and then I'm going to use some yarn that this chick that I knew, she spun this for me. It's kind of a blackish gray, and lash it in real good right behind the lead because you want to build this up evenly. Bring your thread up here and just get it out of the way. This takes a little bit of time. There's a lot of materials on this fly, but it's worth it. It's a pretty simple tie. So just wrap this back down, forming a nice even body. Keep it going. Once you get down at this point, I like to hold everything, bring it over, lash it down really good, hold it tight. Wrap back up to the lead. Bring it back up to the lead. Keep pulling. See how it changes a little bit, variations of this yarn. Then I'll spin it back one more time. Keep a nice even body. Bring it back forward. If I run out, I'll add another piece to it. We're getting thin right here. Then I'm going to go ahead and just stop right here and just lash this off and put in a new piece and finish this up. Cut this off, and you know, you guys can use whatever you want. You can use black, gray, chenille. Man, I'm telling you though, I really like this hand spun stuff. It's got a lot of fuzz to it. Angora or something like that, something that you can find in the stores. Not a solid color, okay? Blackish gray with a little white hue to it. Bugs aren't one solid color. Then bring it up forward. We're going to come up right over the lead now. See how it's nice and even? And if the lead wants to creak through a little bit, that's okay, man. Don't freak out about it. It's fine. We're going to put a rabbit strip over the top of that. Thumper's going to be laying over the top of it here in a second. Anyways, wrap this really good. See how it kind of wants to fold down towards the eye? That's okay. Build it up. Keep wrapping it. Build a little torpedo head on it to let your rabbit sit right on there. Go ahead and tie that off. Body's done. Now I've selected a piece of black rabbit, and just don't cut it. I've already cut this one because I've been tying flies with it, but usually it's about this long. Just tie it in and cut it. You won't waste it. Don't pre-cut your pieces. Now come up in here and take your scissors and slide them up under about the first ½ inch of the hair on the front of it so the hair's laying back, right? See how the hair's laying back? That's the flow of the fly, so this is the front. Clean that up a little bit. Get this and square cut it real good. Bring it right over the top of the hook. Just take your thumb and forefinger, place it over there, bring your bobbin around it, pull it down, lash it down tight. That's all there is to it. I'm telling you, man, this fly, good God, if I caught some hogs with this thing. Guys are fishing size 20s and shit. I pull out a meat hook and catch the biggest fish in the pond. It never fails. Bigger the fly, bigger the fish. And I'll tell you, there's a lot to be said on that rule. Big fish cannot resist this shit, especially at night. Oh my Lord. Okay, so then hold that down tight. Now, here's what we're going to do. Moisten your fingers, pull this rabbit strip back, peel this forward to wedge it right over your wire where the end of the flash, the crystal flash is. See that? Wet your fingers again. Pull that back. Okay, now we're good to go. Now take your wire that I've got already tied in here. Pull this back once again. These first couple turns are critical. Get it on there. Pull it down tight. Don't pull it too tight that you break this wire. The wire I'm using is pretty fine, actually. I've broken one of them already. I had enough to finish, and do about, once we have it lashed in right there, just wet that back again. Nice even wraps at the back, nice and tight, keeping it right on the top, just like so. Okay, now we're going to start going through it. So now take this, bring it straight up, and weave this through the hair, okay? Pulling that off to the sides just like that and bringing it around. We're going to tie it right on the top. There's another fly called the Matuka Streamer that's tied just like this. It uses 4 feathers. But I like lashing my rabbit strip down, and not only that, it adds a little rib to the fly. I don't like real fat ribs. I know you guys know that. This is a really fine wire. It's just going to add a little bit of color to it. That's it. I don't want it sticking out. Carefully weave it through here. Pull it down tight, nice even wraps. This is kind of the time-consuming part of it, but this is critical. Pull it down through it, nice and even. You can jump up over the lead. Weave it right down in there. Make sure you don't get them too close together. Just like so. Keep working that fly. Bring it up. Pull your hair up again. Tuck it in there, real nice and even. That's nice. Bring it right up here. Let's do one more through it, and then we're going to go over it. You come up through that one more time. Then I like to use this and just tie a nice wire head on it. It adds a little feature to it. I don't know. I like it. I like this color wire I got, so I'm using it. I got this from PW. And I'm just going to wrap the whole head with it. Oh,
what were you doing out here?
Just keep wrapping it.
My job. I was doing some planting, got thirsty,
Okay, and that's it. Bring it down here. Tie that off. Lash it around a couple times.
What are you planting?
Take that. Grab your whipper dipper. Pull it up tight. I like to do a couple on these big flies.
There's something suspicious about that gardener. Yeah, he is suspicious.
Okay, there you go. The stripper. That's what I call it. And I'm telling you right now, she'll make it dance, man. And on the length back here, bring it about a ½ inch back. Now, bass, you'll look at these flies that are rabbit strip flies or that have rabbit on them that are bass flies. They'll carry this way back here. But the trout's mouth isn't as big as a bass. And if you don't cut this off, you're going to get a lot of short strikes. They'll come in from the back side of this thing and hit it, and you won't hook them. So I like to go about the length of the crystal flash, which is about ½ inch to ¾ inch. Peel this up first. If you cut it like this, you'll cut all the hair off of it. So moisten your fingers once again, peel this up, bring the scissors in between it, and cut it off, and there you have it. I'm telling you, boys and girls at home, this thing is deadly. This is the stripper, and she'll take anything big in any pond anywhere. I'm getting all excited. Gotta go. The stripper. FFX over and out.